just unbolted the front stone tray, which houses the indicators. Had to straighten out a few things, had a couple of little ripples along here, and I had a bit of a ding in here, and there was a few other bits and pieces on it that needed a bit of hammer and dolly action. So it's as straight as it's gonna get. I've just got to sand all this back now. I've got paint coming for this in a couple of days time, and this will get a fresh coat of paint, and that should make the front stand out really well. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you can see here where it hasn't been hit by road gravel and debris over the years, and then you get to here and there's more undercoat than there is actual paint. So yeah, so that paint's also gonna we're gonna have a go at the boot lid, because somebody keyed the boot about 30 years ago trying to break into the car, and I've just wore it for that long. But if the paint that's getting mixed is a really good close match, I'll either one, do the entire boot lid, or two, I'll just do this edge here, along this edge, because I can sort of hide it right on that edge there, due to shadow and the way things fall. So should look alright. So yeah, not much is happening in here at the moment, so just waiting on those sun visors to dry. I've just given the front end of the car a good wash down and a repaint with Dulux metal shield, and it looks really neat now. It looks nice and clean. So yeah, in the next week or two this should all be back together. I'll do the new rubbers for the overriders as well, so I'll fit those up, and that should be about it for the front end. I've given this a bit of a sand with my orbital sander, just to get all the pitting out of it. I'm going to hit it with some primer putty, but before I do that, I want to paint the back of it. So this is actually gloss. I've got to get the matte stuff out of the cupboard, but we're going to do the back of it, because the back of this, as you can see, would have been originally black. So I'm going to spray it black. Trust the wind to pick up. This has actually got a rust converter in it, so it should be okay. I'll use this on everything, this stuff. Takes a while to dry, but geez, it does a good job. I've painted things in this 20 odd years ago, and it's still like it was the day I painted it. Okay, that's it. Another job I'm doing today is I've got a decent set of front indicator lenses here. As you can see along the edge, they're painted silver, but they faded out a lot, or either there was no silver paint left on these ones. So I've just masked them up, used a bit of this adhesion promoter primer, and just hit them with some silver. So I'm just waiting to see how they turn out. Okay, lenses are all finished now. They're better than they were. They're not perfect, but you know, where it needed to be a little bit reflective on the inside, it's going to be reflective on the inside now. Put some clear coat over it just to seal it. So I'm pretty happy with the way that's come up. Okay, I've got all the indicator housings out, and they're the new lenses that I've just painted. I've got some new gaskets to go on. I may need to put a little bit of filler just in here, because there's actually a structural piece in behind there, and you can't get the hammer or the dolly in behind it to get out this little bit of a crease here. Compared to what it was, it looks great. So yeah, I'll just once I block this back, I'll put a bit of filler in there and get it ready. A job I forgot to do was paint these sun visors. Though the reason I didn't paint them from the beginning was because they're really clean for 50 years old, and I thought they'll be fine once the roof lining's painted. They'll look they'll blend in, but it didn't turn out that way. These turned out to be a little more yellow when you compare it to the current roof lining colour. So yeah, I've decided I'm going to paint them. Got plenty of paint left in this colour, so yeah, we'll get that job done today. Okay, final coat for the sun visors. Okay, we'll turn this one around. And that's it. So let them sit till tomorrow morning, and then they can get screwed back into the car for the second time. Okay, this is an original radio surround or fascia. As you can see, it's got a chip in the corner, so I bought another one, reproduction one from one of the GT stores. I went to put it in, I couldn't get it in. It just wouldn't go. So I got the old one back out of storage and put that in, and it went in straight away, and went back to this one. Couldn't figure out what was going on. So what I did is I got my old fascia, and as you can see, this lines up with the lines I've marked there, and there's a red pen mark there on the edge. Well, this one is smaller. It's way too big. Sorry, that's way too small. The opening needs to be bigger. So we got a variance of about, I don't know, 8mm there. So either I've got to return it, and I'm only going to get one the same, because they're all going to have come from the same batch, or two, I try and file 4mm off each side. But should I break it, that's a $50 panel. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do at this point in time. Yeah, but I think this is 3D printed. Looking at the textured back on it, because the original ones are smooth. So the holes line up, The other thing that the reproductions don't have, is there's this little rise here around the holes, and it's flush at the top, and it sits out a little bit at the bottom because the radio actually sits in the dashboard on a slight angle. So these washers are to make up the difference, where these reproduction ones, they don't actually have it. Okay, a few more things that I'm doing on the car at the moment. I've just put one of these battery terminal isolators on there. So, because I got sick of always pulling off the terminal, so at least with this one I could just twist it and shut the power off to the car, so that's good. Okay, all the repairs are finished on this stone tray. So the last coat of undercoat's gone on it, so this will get rubbed back tomorrow and get painted. So the repairs come up really good. Very happy with them. Just giving this a sand, so I'm just going to leave it in the sun to warm up a bit, and I'll hit it with some colour. Okay, I got the first coat on. Just let that dry off now. We'll come back to it. Okay, I'm about to wet sand this to get it ready for its clear coat. So I'm just using some 2000 wet and dry, and that should be enough. I've given the mirror its first coat of clear, so it's looking alright. We'll build it up and give it a bit of a sand in between coats and see how she comes up. Okay, I've started the repair here, which was always hard to see in the footage. But basically what happened is, when they keyed this, when they tried to bust into the lock and destroyed the lock, in their frustrations they keyed it along here too. So I'm basically just filling those real deep crevices, and I'll paint this up. Okay, I'm ready to hit this with some primer putty, so we'll get that on and we'll come back to the vid. Okay, I got it all rubbed back and I'm ready to hit it with some top coat. Okay, I got a second coat on now. All the repairs are starting to fade away. So yeah, maybe just another coat in an hour's time, and then tomorrow we'll block it back. Just given the this roof area a second coat, and it looks really close to the body colour. I don't think I'm going to have many issues with this area. If it really turns out to be super close, I'll redo the other side as well. But as it sits at the moment, well, you know, not going to bite off more than I can chew. So we'll just deal with this one, and yeah. Okay, the roof's been finished. Well, not finished, but it's got the colour on it. So again, I have to wait till the same time tomorrow when I block the quarter back to block the block the roof back, and then once that's done, we can hit it with some clear. Now, as I was saying, the boot lid got keyed as well, but I'm not attempting to do anything with this as yet. I want to see how the colour matches on that side mirror and on that quarter panel. If it turns out that the colour match is good, then I'll attempt the boot lid, but until then I'm not touching the boot because it's such a big area that I could make it look worse than it is. I've just fitted up some new rubbers here on the overriders, so I've got the back to go. Silly me, didn't realise that you can get 1.5 overriders out of one length of rubber. I thought it was one length per overrider, or one length per side of overrider, so I ordered 8 of them. Really only needed I think 4 or 3 at the most. I discovered something when I was removing those indicators, disconnecting the wires. I'd looked down and the globe and globe, I guess, socket were actually hanging out of the light. So the globe socket had actually come off the housing of the headlight. So I've used some epoxy to glue that back on, and that'll be right to put back in the car tomorrow as well. I don't know if I've filmed this in the past, but this is the big exhaust tip that I ended up putting on the car. So the exhaust system is a 2.5 inch, the tip's a 3.5 inch, and it sits really nice there. Had a few struggles with it, put it up and it was slightly rattling, so I had to cut the welds, and then I put a tube inside here and I sort of bent it down until I had clearance, and then I just re-welded it. But I think it looks really neat and tidy now. Chrome, or the stainless steel, goes with the chrome, and yeah, it just sets the back of the car off.